Coming up, son of Billy Dee Williams, Corey tells me about playing Klaatu. Klaatu? You know, the green one that squared up to Luke Skywalker, only to get his purpose chopped off. He also tells me about his new Star Wars themed song featuring Mark Hamill, Ray Park, Daddy Dee Williams, and me. But first, you've seen the blooper, you've read the reports, you've even backed the campaign. You have, right? 3 men claim to be the stormtrooper who bumped his head. 2 are lying. 1 is not. Anything from £1 will help my attempts to find out who it was in the form of a hard-hitting mini-documentary, The Empire Strikes Dawn. Also check out my interview with UK indie rock band Kasabian over on StarWars.com. Link in description. And I was a guest on the latest Star Wars Underworld podcast. Link also in description. Let's get on with the show. Corey initially worked on Return of the Jedi as Billy's stand-in, before becoming a stuntman, and then even playing a character in his own right.
How much notice did you get before you were told, right, Corey, you know you're here just to stand in between shots, but now we want you to actually play a character?
None.
Here's the helmet.
Right.
Off you go, be Klaatu.
Yeah, you know, it was kind of it just sort of happened on the fly, basically. I mean, I was there, as you said, as a stand-in, and I was doing a lot of stand-in work, and then my father got a minor injury to his foot, and then they were like, yeah, we don't want to put your dad in this really uncomfortable harness and have him hanging around. Actually, the other guy who is his stunt man, Julius LaFleur, who did stunts for him many years after that in other movies, Julius was doing another stunt in the same shot, so there was no way for him to do it.
Right.
So they were kind of running out of options.
You. So it's actually you. You're the one dangling over the Sarlacc pit in the film.
Part of it is, yeah. Initially, when he goes over the side, it's Julius, and then when they cut, while he's hanging there, it's me in a lot of the shots.
And how was that for you? Was it a comfortable experience?
Well, you know, when you have a harness on and it's kind of, all your weight is kind of in your middle section, I would have to say.
Okay, I know that section, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of, there's a time limit.
And you're in a desert, and I imagine it wasn't done in one take. How long were you there for? Dangling.
It's difficult to remember exactly, but it seemed like an eternity. What I really didn't know about was a lot of the explosions that were going to happen, which, you know, I guess they got a really genuine reaction from me on those.
Yeah. Sounds like a health and safety nightmare.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen in 2017, would it? It just wouldn't happen.
No. In 110 degree heat in the Arizona desert, you're already pretty hot, and then you're feeling the heat from these explosions.
At first I was jealous that you've been in a Star Wars film, but now, it sounds rubbish. Sounds awful.
It's not quite as glamorous as everyone would like to believe.
I asked Corey about what it was like being the son of Star Wars' second favourite scoundrel.
Did people by association maybe not trust you in life?
Not really, you know. I didn't run into a lot of it. My sister was much younger than me, and so he used to tell me stories about what other kids would say to him when he would go to school. You know, I was probably like, I think I was like in college at that point. So, you know, not a lot of people didn't really know that I was related to him, you know, only like close friends. But, you know, I kind of, in college, I was so sort of busy doing my thing that, you know, wasn't like I was walking around with a giant sign on me going, you know, I'm related to
Son of Lando! So you didn't use it to try and pick up girls? You didn't use this little detail to woo the ladies?
Geez, man, when I was in my 20s, I looked like I was a teenager, you know? I was always he's Corey's so cute, and then, you know, then they'd, you know, go out with the really cool guys.
Well, at least you got called Q. I just got outright ignored, just blanked.
Corey was part of the funk group Atmosphere, and was even able to work on an album during filming for Return of the Jedi with his mate and pig-like creature Stephen Constantino, who played a Gamorrean guard, and is a very human-looking human, just for the record.
I actually sat in the hotel room and worked on songs together, and a lot of the crew members and cast members would come, and we were like, what are you guys up to? You know, we were always up to something, and everybody was curious, so they'd show up, come to our room, listen to what we were doing. You know, it was just, it was a blast. At night we played music, and during the day we worked, and we slept a little bit in between.
Happy days.
These days, Corey heads up 3D Nucleus, and as part of the Lando episode of These Are the Actors You're Looking For, I was able to bring Billy's iconic Lando performance together with a Corey-made tune for the first time ever in their family history.
I think you've previously missed the trick. You could be my favourite family band. I never liked the Osmonds. I was more of a Von Traps kind of guy, but I reckon that the Dee Williams, that could take off. What's the process been like your end then to bring Cloud City Funk to life?
It originated from a jam session. James he was using some very sort of electronic sounding metallic sort of rhythm. We just vibed on it and we just went with it. And then after we listened to it back, we said, man, that's really cool. It sounds kind of, you know, another galaxy type thing, you know, I used a synthesizer to create some droid sounds and whatnot, and then dropped in some Chewie sound.
You've gone one step further. You went to Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, and you didn't just go there to enjoy the occasion, to meet fans, to do signings. You actually went there and made a music video.
I did. I thought it would be the perfect place to do it. All these people from the 501st who have spectacular costumes, and other people that do cosplay there. So I recruited Mark Donovan Photography. I asked him, I said, you know, would you be willing to shoot some video for me?
Click to watch the Cloud City Funk music video and subscribe to the 3D Nucleus channel for the sequel. Also, don't forget to check out my full interview and skit with Daddy D himself. I really need to stop saying Daddy D, it just sounds weird. And please don't forget to give this video a like and a comment to help me beat this pesky YouTube view-destroying algorithm. And don't forget about the Empire Strikes Store. That'll be all. Good tidings.